Good evening, Inspill Glimmers, and welcome to the start of this new series. In this series, we'll explore a not-so-new format, but one that isn't really popular right now. You might have heard the word Poorcana strum around since the beginning of the game. The idea behind it is to make something similar to Magic's Pauper format, one of the most beloved fan formats where people can play cards from the whole of the game as long as they're commons and uncommons. That's the goal, and that's what we're doing here as far as Poorcana goes. So it's the infinity format in terms that you can play cards from any set. They have to be common or uncommon, and cards that have been downshifted to an uncommon through a reprint are legal. There is no ban list, and it opens up a lot of options when it comes to what you want to explore in the game, because most of the tools that we see all the times are not there. There's no Be Prepared, there's no Let It Go, there's no Elsa, there's no Dumbo, all of that out the window. So what does it leave us with? My son and I decided to explore that. So we are going to jump right in and talk to you about what we're going to be playing today. So what we did is we built 8 decks that are built for this format, and we're going to make and go through a little tournament. We did the bracket randomly, and we're going to choose randomly who plays which deck for every match. Today we have 2 decks. We're going to talk about them in a minute, but it's Emerald Ruby and Amethyst Emerald. One is built on damage, and one is built on evasiveness. We're going to look at the list in a second, but first we got to decide what we're going to play. So I'm going to shuffle them face down, and then you're going to roll a dice, and one of them is going to be even, one of them is going to be odd. We're going to decide in a second. All right, I do not know anymore which is which. So this is even, this is odds. Roll the dice. Even it is. So you're going to be playing evasives, and I'm going to be playing damage. All right, so while we review the lists of our decks and shuffle up, let's walk you through what these decks do. So, Clever Flamingo here is playing the evasive list of Amethyst Emerald. What the list basically does is play a lot of evasives. It's really all there is to it, mostly. A little bit of removal, a little bit of card draw, leaning on Emerald Chromicon and Snowfort to deter your opponent from removing your stuff. But mostly it's evasives, 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 a few crabs, and more evasives. So in forms of hard removal, you have your welcome, and there's the game preserve location that can also be used to really put evasives on there and make it even harder to prevent you from winning the game. On my side of the table, I have Emerald Ruby Damage, a deck that is built on one of the very few, I'll say competitive, but list on Ingdeck, finished second in a 22-person tournament in set 9, and built a little bit more for the Infinity style of Poorcana as well as set 11. And what we have here is a form of combo deck almost, where you want to put damage on a lot of stuff of your opponents through Mosquito Bites, through Malicious Mean and Scary, and then either prevent them from challenging your ed, either put your stuff, make your stuff evasive through Fidget, but mostly get to shift a Robin Hood, put a lot of damage on all their creatures, and quest for a million with the Sneaky Sleuth. So we're gonna see which one of these is gonna do the best. We're gonna shuffle up those decks, and in a second we're gonna be started. So this is going to be a best of 3 match with a winner's bracket only to the top, trying to figure out which of these 8 decks is going to be the best. At home, if you want to try, Poorcana is a really, really, really accessible format. We made it, in this case, to be able to do the most of the bulk people usually have. So if you have leftover commons, if you go to a league, and there's a lot of people who collect, if you have a local group, it's really easy to ask for spare commons and uncommons. A lot of people have them, even from the older sets. So even things like Friends on the Other Side are still fairly easy to find now that they've rotated out. So don't be afraid to crack your hand at it. It's a really, really nice and open format. And without a lot of big tournaments right now, there's no real meta to find. So you're able to try whatever you like. And you'll see in later episodes, we did try to play on some of the more common archetypes, but they're quite different, let's just say, than what they are right now. So with that out of the way, let us decide who is going to start. So I'm gonna go with even. It's even, so I'm going to start. Best of luck. And here we go with the mulligan. So here with this deck, really trying to establish some kind of a start where I'm going to be able to be a threat, especially against evasives. Put some damage on cards. We're going to see what we're going to be able to do here. I think I'm going to keep those 5s and return... Not even sure I want to return that one, but I will for now. I'll return 2. And you'll return 3? Alright. So these are my cards. Let's shuffle it up. So he's Clever Flamingo because that's how the Play Hub named him. And as a big fan of Fantasia 2000 and the Festival of the Animals, I couldn't resist the idea of just having him be the stupid Yo-Yo Flamingo that is in there. He's one of my favorite Disney characters of all time, so he is going to keep his Clever Flamingo handle even on this broadcast. Best of luck to you. Good game. And we will start here by inking an Education or Elimination and putting down a Tinkerbell Fancy Footwork. She's a 3-1 vanilla quest for 1. Go ahead. The evasive deck obviously is just going to try to avoid whatever I'm doing. Inking a Diablo, playing a White Rabbit as the second player. So the new underdog mechanic from set 11. He costs 1 instead of 2. And he's a 2-2 evasive that quests for 1. Already starting to be a little bit, I don't want to say annoying, but hard to deal with. So here, the good news for me is I have answers to evasives in this deck. So I'm going to ink a second Tinkerbell Fancy Footwork, and I'm going to play a Brooklyn. So Brooklyn second in command is a 3-2 evasive that has Stone by Day. So if I have 3 or more cards in my hand, he cannot ready, but he's evasive. So if he decides to quest, I'm going to be able to answer that. So I'm going to go quest for 1 with Tinkerbell here and pass the turn. Go ahead. If you attend your local leagues, you can get this promo version of the White Rabbit, which is really nice. Inking a crab here and playing the Challenger Diablo, a 1-2 evasive with Challenger +2. Really, really pesky. So we're going to... Ready? There we go. Set, draw. We're going to be able to do it. Here, I think what we're going to do is ink a Mosquito Bite, shift Tinkerbell for a Temperamental Fairy. When she comes into play, I can exert chosen opposing character with 2 attack or less. 2 power or less is going to be Diablo, and Brooklyn is going to go crash right into him. Removing him, and then I'm going to quest for 1 with that Tinkerbell. 3 cards in hand. So right now, Brooklyn does not ready at the start of my turn. Go ahead. Definitely an explosive start on the red-green side of things. That Brooklyn doing a lot of work, and here we have Tinkerbell. Which one is that? Fast Flyer. So the 1-3 evasive. The quests for 2, so more annoying questers. Alright. And we're going to ready the Temperamental Fairy here, but not the Brooklyn. I do have 3 cards in hand. And I'm going to draw. Do I want that here? What do I want to do? Very interesting questions. So, I think I'm going to make your life a little bit more difficult here. I'm going to Inkade Donald Perfect Gentleman. One of the few ways to draw cards in this deck. This is not a deck that draws a lot of cards, to be completely honest. And I'm going to play a Louis. That's going to make your Tinkerbell reckless. So he enters Exerted, and your Tinkerbell has to challenge next turn. And I'm going to quest for 1 with my Temperamental Fairy. Lots of Tinkerbells in play. Go ahead. We will see what we're able to do here. Same friends on the other side with Tinkerbell. Okay, so being able to avoid that challenge prerequisite that she has. Don't want to call it annoying or anything. So what's he going to do with those 2 cards? He's going to ink another White Rabbit. Play a Snowfort. So Snowfort gives an extra power to all of his creatures. And during his turn, they have resist +1, so they're going to be even harder for me to remove. Pesky little things. That Brooklyn will ready at the start of my turn. I do have 2 cards in hand only. So what does he want to do now? Has a turn? All right. So draw for turn. Oh, ready. All right. Including the Brooklyn. Set. Draw. Here I am showing my cards. Wow. This is the quality content you guys signed up for. Anyways. Here I'm going to Education or Elimination. I'm going to draw a card. And Louis is going to get +1 lore and evasive until the start of my next turn. Then Louis is going to go crash into Tinkerbell, take 2 damage here. And I think I'm going to tell your White Rabbit that he also has to go challenge next turn. And then quest for 1 with Brooklyn. Go ahead. So Lewis did see some play in regular events in Core Constructed. But here we have Gwithane, Savage Hunter. So 4/3 evasive, and when this character quests, each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready characters. Okay. And you're gonna trade with Tinkerbell Temperamental Fairy. Makes total sense here. Alright, so what do we do? I'm going to ready my characters and my ink. Draw card. Okay. I think here I'm going to improvise on Brooklyn. So +1 attack, draw a card. Okay. This should help. Oh no, it won't. Darn. I'm going to say it can't quest next turn with Effalumps and Woozles, so chosen opposing characters can't quest during the next turn, draw a card. More cards. And then for 1, I'm going to Mosquito Bite, put a damage counter on it. And then I'm going to go questing for 3 here. Go ahead. So lots of options here for what to do to answer whatever the follow-up is going to be. Okay, you're welcome on Louis. So I'm going to shuffle it back in the deck and then draw 2 cards, as is the requirement. Ooh, Lumpy, big 6/5 evasive coming through. With a Snowfort. With a Snowfort. That is absolutely true. Wow. Okay, that changes plans. Come back here. There you go. Buffer to cut. So Lumpy, obviously the top end of this deck, one of the biggest evasives in the game right now. Really hard to deal with at those lower powers. But not impossible to deal with at these lower powers. So I'm gonna sing Malicious, Mean, and Scary, put a damage on each opposing character. And then for four, there's something sticky here. I'm going to Education or Elimination, choosing to banish a chosen damage character, which is going to be Lumpy. And then Brooklyn is going to go trade here. And go ahead. Empty boards basically on both sides. 1 card in hand for me, 2 cards in hand for you. Little lore advantage on my end. And you have an Ursula, revealing a Mushu Sneaky Dragon. And a Chromicon. Alright. Alright, so now you have the lock-in, meaning that whenever something gets banished, you get to return a card. It feels 2, not 3. It's still annoying. I'll put 2 damage on your Ursula and go quest for 1. Haha. Go ahead. So Mushu obviously being able to put damage and to quest for 3 is a good snake. But that's a crab. No, I was talking about Mushu. That's a good dragon, not a good snake. You're gonna trade here with Louis. Leave your crab up. You're gonna give who did you give challenger to, by the way? To Mushu? Alright, Mushu has the challenger. That's perfect. Ready, set, and draw here. I think I'm gonna want to keep that here. Oh, man, I have the lore advantage. Should I push it? I think I will. So I'll go quest for 3 and pass it through. It is tempting to just keep him up, but at the same time, if a deck like Evasive is on the back foot, it's always going to be harder for them to answer everything and quest at the same time. And here, I'm gonna pass the turn. Stuck a little bit on card selection, I have to say. Box follower. So an all-star from the past. This 1-drop, whenever they quest, may be banished to draw a card. And Pegasus, a shift 3/3/3 evasive, questing for 2. That when he comes into play, is it if it was shifted? Yeah. If it was shifted, your whole board gains evasive for the turn. Alright. So now I have a playable here, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna play Fidget. So Fidget is a 2/3 evasive, and when it quests, another chosen character of mine gains evasive until the start of my next turn. And I also have a mosquito bite for... Yeah, that was a misplay. For that pesky box follower. You have a Chromicon trigger. Returning the Fidget to my hand, of course. Order of operations, guys. I should have done the mosquito bite first while there was nothing to return. I misplayed that, so go ahead. That's on me. Ursula, so it's gonna catch the Education or Elimination, and there's the Fidget. And then Pegasus going for 2. Alright. The tides are turning here. Luckily for me, that alligator is coming in, forcing Pegasus to be reckless, so he has to challenge if able next turn. Go ahead. He won't have the resist, and he won't trigger the Chromicon because he's going to be the one crashing in, so I'll take that trade. But now another pesky evasive and the Ursula on board. Let's see what the top deck gives me. Not bad, but I'm still going to just play that, being able to eventually answer Tinkerbell. Go ahead. So Fidget again. We've seen him. Oh, Game Preserve, one of the key cards from this deck. So if there's an evasive character at this location, the location itself gains evasive. And now with Tinkerbell on it, that location is going to be 2 lore per turn. Can I find a solution fast enough? That is the question. For 2, I'm going to put Robin Hood here. So this would make 2 damage. 2 damage is annoying. Can I do you? Yeah, okay. Sorry. Let me just do this. Take 2, do 2, and then play Robin. And when I play him, if an opponent has a damage character in play, I gain 1 lore. Oh, 1. Yeah, 1 point. Resist 1. You're right. Go ahead. So 2 lore from the fort. So it's 12 to 12 right now. Another fort with the preserve and everything on it. Oh wow, that's okay, that's fast. So 15 to 12 here. Can we do something? I mean, I can make it annoying, I guess. For 3 here, I'm gonna shift Sneaky Sleuth, so he gets +1 for each opposing character, +1 lore for each opposing damage character in play. So he would quest for 3 right now, but that's not really what I need to be worried about since you have lethal on board. So I'm gonna quest for 2 here. I'm gonna give him Evasive, because that's what this does. And I'm gonna go... Doesn't even remove the Tinkerbell with 2 snow forts. Oh no. It doesn't even remove the Tinkerbell. Yeah, quest for 2, I know. Just 16, but you're still winning. I'm gonna bring out this Brooklyn here, second in command. I don't think there's anything I can do in the face of that second snow fort, to be fair. So I'm gonna go for 2 here. And go ahead. Finish it off. And game 1's gonna go to Clever Flamingo, going to 20. So Snowfort and Emerald Chromicon, what a pair. Obviously, a couple of misplays on my end. Could have changed the game quite a bit if that fidget had been in place in time instead of being bounced to my hand. But that's the stuff in life. So while we go shuffle up for game 2, let me remind you that in this matchup, the Evasive for the Evasive deck, obviously the Amethyst Emerald, are the key component. That's what he's looking to do. And you could really see it in this matchup, even though I had answers for a lot of stuff. The second I don't have an answer, he's able to go quest for a lot. Even on the draw, the White Rabbit really doing a lot of job here. So we're gonna see in game 2, as I start again, if he's able to do it again, or if I'm able to turn the tides. So really curious to see how that goes. Hey, it was close. Let's see what the future holds. So 7 cards here. That's not good. Gonna keep that and that, I guess. And return 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, those are cards. Those are cards. How many? Full keep? Full keep on the Flamingo side. Alright, that's scary. That is not something you want to see. Let's shuffle up this deck here. Offer it for a cut. And then we're gonna be started. Not a lot here that I'm happy to ink, but is it this? It's not. think it's gotta be the Tinkerbell, and go. So no one drop here, sadly. Ursula into Pegasus on this side. Quite obviously. Here. Pegasus into... Brooklyn, I think, is a good call here. Go ahead. He's a nice little 3-2, even if you won't ready just yet. Return of Diablo, obviously. Pass? Alright. Draw. So... Efflumps and Woozles into... That's an interesting choice. Chromicon. Quest for 1. Go ahead. So this deck also runs Chromicon, although I think less of him than the Evasive one. I'd have to recheck for the exact numbers here. For 3, you have a Snowfort now. Alright. So, trade here. Am I returning that to your hand? I think I am. I think I am. Draw. And here it's going to be Tinkerbell into Ed, Hysterical Partygoer. So Ed is a hyena. He's a 2/4 quest for 3, and damaged character can't challenge him. Go ahead. Let's see what you have. So for 2 we have the Return of Diablo, obviously. Pass. Alright. Draw. Here for 3 we're gonna have a Louis saying that he has a challenge. For 1 we're gonna give him Mosquito Bite. And we're gonna go quest for 3. Go ahead. Go for 5. Withane. And you're making the same mistake I made! So that's great! I'm gonna return the Gwithane to your hand. I know the feeling. Don't worry. I know quite the feeling. It's easy to forget there's a Chromicon on board, even though it's been annoyingly present since the beginning of the game. So here we're gonna play a second head and go questing for 3. And say go ahead. White Rabbit into Lumpy. Alright. 1 big Efflump. Is he enough to turn the game around? We'll see. Here it's gonna be... Yeah, I think it's gonna be Robin Hood here. The Sleuth. And a 6 quest here for 13. Go ahead. So really just taking the aggressive route here. If he challenges, can remove the Ed, but then can't challenge the other one with the Lumpy. And then my Robin is going to quest for 2 instead of 1, which is good. And then a second Lumpy. Of course. What was I thinking? We're gonna draw for turn. Oh, sorry, here. Okay, so here I go to 18. 18 is nice, but 18 is not 20. We're still going to go to 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a Tinkerbell on board. Nothing for her to exert. Say go ahead. Pray that the Chromicon is enough to keep me safe. And see if we're going to game 3. I see him saying probably. So good call. Removing the Ed. Returning the Lumpy, obviously. Replaying the Lumpy, playing the Chernobyls. Oh. Retaking them. Oh, playing Chernobog, Snowfort, and Chromicon. Alright. Passing the turn and then questing for 2. Going to 20. Good game. So here we saw that in Emerald Ruby being able to remove a few of his early stuff and being able to be just annoying enough with the Eds and the mosquito bites was able to aggro out a little bit with the Chromicon being able to bounce. So it's really a battle of green. Yeah, you're gonna start? Perfect. So Flamingo is going to start game 3, obviously. But in both games, Chromicon doing a lot of works and Chromicon mistakes costing a lot of efforts, sadly. So hopefully we won't see it again in game 3. So let's shuffle up the deck as we rewatch the list for Emerald Ruby. And then back to gameplay for the cuts. Alright, mulligan here. That's definitely a hand. Let's keep this. Let me keep one of these. Full keep? Okay, I'm gonna return 1 here. Okay, that should work. Just reshuffle for a bit. So second full keep in a row here. Hopefully does better than last time for you. I'll let you start as I finish shuffling up this deck. There you go. Offering a cut. And go ahead. Inking Vixie for Pegasus. I can also do that. I'm gonna ink a Tinkerbell for a Pegasus gift for Hercules. So 1/1 Evasive, reprinted in Fabled, definitely easy to get a hold of. But one of the best green 1-drops still out there. Diablo. Challenger +2 Evasive. We're starting to see where this is going already. I think here we're gonna ink Effalump and Woozle and just answer with a Brooklyn. That sounds like the best plan here. And just say go ahead. So just prevent the questing. And they're shifting Pegasus, and you're welcome on Brooklyn. Oh, already, yeah, game reset. Already removing characters here, putting a big 3/3 in the way. Questing with the Diablo. What am I to do? What am I to do? A lot of this is annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I think I have to take the pressure off. So it would be this into +1 attack here, draw a card with improvise. I mean, I can also do it like that. +1 attack here, draw a card with improvise. Trade here. And pass it in. Now I still need to deal with the Diablo. Chromicon in play. Alright. What do we do against that? I know what I'm doing against that. I am inking Mosquito Bite and playing Louis, telling him that he has to challenge. Go ahead. 2-0 on the ink side here, friends. Hardcast. Understandable. Card advantage is key. Inking the game preserve. Trading the Louis for the Diablo. And passing the turn. So, I'm gonna draw here. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're playing a fidget here. And inking. Inking nothing. Go ahead. It pains me. Lumpy! Hey! It was nice seeing you for however little time that's gonna be. So, gonna ink. I'm gonna start by singing Malicious, Mean, and Scary and playing Education or Elimination on Banished Chosen Damage character. Yeah, returning the fidget to hand, obviously. Inking a... I think I'm inking a Brooklyn to play a Pegasus here. Go ahead. Lots of trades. Card advantage is going to eventually be the key. A crab. Okay, cool. Challenger on my Pegasus until end of turn. Passing turn. Okay, that's a good one. Somehow. I think. Gonna play Fidget here. And quest for one. Now I am the evasive deck. You can't stop me. Go ahead. Even if you tried. And now I can't stop you. Yeah, okay. Okay, I see how it is. So resist +2, right? And, oh yeah, and +2 attack. Obviously. Well, in that case, gonna play Mushu and deal 2 damage to your Merlin. No, that's 0. It's deal 2 damage. And I'm gonna quest for 3, putting Mushu as an evasive. Go ahead. Hey, Githwain. Okay, so Githwain is back, forcing my characters to exert. This is a problem to a degree because yeah. I have to choose. Okay, so I can do this. Did I didn't draw, right? No, I don't think I did. Chat, let me know if I cheated. What am I doing here? So I'm gonna quest for 2 here, and for 3 here. Giving evasive to Mushu, sorry. And quest for 3. And then for 4, I'm gonna play Ed, the hysterical party goer. So damage character can't challenge it. And now if you quest with Githwain, I can still exert the Pegasus. Haha, I'm invincible. Go ahead. Game preserve, okay. Everyone on it. Removing the fidget here. You're still taking 2 damage, yeah, okay. Are you gonna go quest for 1 with that crab? That big crab. Okay. Rough return. Oh, that is massive. Okay. Okay, how do I do this? this might be the end of the game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go quest for 7 here. Go to 16. And then for 3, I'm going to Malicious, Mean, and Scary. Removing the Guillotine, putting 1 damage on the crab. You're gonna have a Chromicon trigger on the Ed. Makes sense. And then playing a Broadway. Go ahead to lore from the Game Preserve. A Vixie. No Todd in the deck for her to be a more meaningful situation. Challenger there. Good. Paying 1 to put Vixie on the Game Preserve. So now the Game Preserve still is evasive. I can remove it, or I can try to win the game. I think I'm gonna try to win the game. So for 1, I'm going to give 1 attack to Pegasus and draw a card. Then I'm going to add ink the Mosquito Bite, quest for 2, go to 18. Go ahead. I would be surprised if this is enough, I'll be honest. Oh, well, color me surprised. Because it's not over yet. Now, what do you do with Vixie? Remove the Pegasus, obviously. Do you want to cut? Alright. Draw for turn. This. Oh, right. My 2 cards from Your Welcome and my draw for turn. And my draw for turn. Yeah. I'll make it. I swear, I'm a professional. For 4 here. Gonna play Ed. Oh, do I want to do that? That's a trade. Not even a trade. It's still alive. No, it can be a trade. Okay. I'll Mosquito Bite it for 1 damage and then send the Brooklyn in. Pass the turn. 18 to 10. What does your top deck hold? Ursula. Well, you're taking the Education or Elimination. And it's going to be my turn. Draw for turn. Quest for 3. Good game. Alright. So, while we clean up here, very fast-paced, regardless, games here. Nice exchange on the evasives. We had 2 decks that had quite a ways to deal with evasives. I'm not sure it was the best showing for the Emerald Amethyst list because of how efficient the Ruby list is at removing characters, but still, gave us a run for our trouble. We could see the Fort and the Chromicon in full force doing a lot of work. So this is going to be it for the first round. We have Ruby Emerald going to round 2 of the top 8 list that we built. Stay tuned and join us next time for the next matchup in this exploration, I want to say, of our fantastic format that is Poorcana. Get involved with your local community, talk about it at your leagues, talk about it with your with the people you play the game with. It is a really good way to get new players into the game. It's super cheap, super easy to get a hold of, and a good way to play with your bulk. We will see you next episode, but until then, keep questing.